Meanwhile, Dakota County, Nebraska commissioners have decided the fate of a proposed sand, gravel, and rock rail yard.
That board voted 3-1 against the request by Knife River to rezone land from agricultural use to heavy manufacturing. One commissioner, Jeff Reed, abstained. For about 2 hours tonight, the board heard from those in favor of the zoning change and those against it. Supporters of the change, many of whom employed by Knife River, said the company has a good track record in the community for safety and for being good neighbors. They asked the board to consider the economic impact to the county.
I've experienced building businesses and working with people in regions that have seen successful economic growth. One thing is consistent. Thriving communities do not turn away from strong established companies that want to invest locally. Doing so limits opportunity rather than expanding it.
Now, those who oppose the zoning change said they didn't trust the promises made by Knife River. They cited concerns about the potential harm the facility would cause to property values and the wear and tear from an increase in truck traffic on roads like Highway 110. Many also claim the company doesn't have the best track record when it comes to protecting the environment.
We must ask if this company truly embodies the good neighbor they claim to be. They say they do air, soil, and water quality tests. However, their history of violations between 2015 and 2026 is deeply concerning.
Last month, the Dakota County Planning and Zoning Commission unanimously opposed the zoning change for that project.